6 races down, 1 race remains, and the title is almost locked up, but we still have a title fight on our hands. Juan Garcia has been dominant this season, trying to get his second title on the channel, but newcomer Dylan Van Walsh is trying to steal it here in Pikes Peak, Colorado. After 4 laps, who will get the final race win on the year, and who will get the Season 1 West Series title. It's the Amsoil 150 at Pikes Peak International. What's up, everyone? It's your boy NR2003, aka Nathan Stapleton, and welcome back to Pikes Peak International for the West Series finale. We're here earlier in the season for the main ARCA series, and boy, that was a fantastic race that we saw our last lap pass, and who knows, we could see that here today once again. 40 laps on tap for the Amsoil 150, and kicking off officially NS Racing 97 Speed Weeks. We have 10 events over the next 11 days, and we're kicking things off the next 2 days with crowning 3 champions in all 3 ARCA series. And once again, for the 3rd time in the West Series, I'm joined by Andrew Miller back up here in the booth. And Andrew, welcome to Pikes Peak International.
Hey, good to be able to finally make it into one of these races. Nathan, you and I both know that trying to get in the booth with you has been tricky lately. But I'm glad I could make it, and of all races, I'm glad that I could make it for the finale. I'm going to be, of course, excited to see who gets the championship here. Of course, there's definite favorite there as far as the point situation, but it's going to be a fun time either way. These short little races here are always a good time because they're action packed, and I'm looking forward to seeing what we can bring it on.
Yeah, without a doubt, that's been why every race for all 3 series have been so amazing. They're short, they're sweet, and it brings out the aggression and action out of these drivers, and that's what we have seen this season. Of course, this one's gonna be a little bit longer one, 40 laps at a 1 mile D-shaped oval, so it's gonna be a little bit longer. It's a wide racetrack, but not a lot of grooves, so what do you think we might see racing wise here at Pikes Peak?
Let's see. I would say that the inside lane most of the time is going to be the preferred place to be. So if you're starting down there, you're going to have an advantage. But if you're able to get your way down there and start to make some passes, you could definitely work your way to the front. Pikes Peak is a very interesting track, not very high banking from what I recall. So grip is going to be at a bit of a premium here. That's why that inside lane is going to be dominant. But hey, with it being the final race of the season, not very much to lose, except for, of course, the one driver that I'm sure we'll be getting to here in just a moment. But otherwise, just have at it. Try and go for one last win for the season.
Yeah, without doubt, Pikes Peak a very fun racetrack, a wide racetrack in the corners, but it's really a 2 lane racetrack with the bottom 2 lanes, and Tyler's gonna play into a factor. We saw it in the main ARCA series race earlier in the year, and I'm sure we will see that here today. One of the more Tyler-driven racetracks on the season for these ARCA series drivers. And speaking of that one driver that you said that has a lot to lose but a lot to gain, that would be Juan Garcia in this number 17. He's leading the point standings, has a 10-point advantage over Dan Van Walsh in the number 7. Van Walsh has had a really good season for his first time on the channel. One win, 5 top 5s, and 5 top 10s, and 2 poles. But he's not had as great as a season as what Juan Garcia has. Juan Garcia, 3 wins, 4 top 5s, and 6 top 10s in the first 6 races, and an average finish of 3.33. Absolutely amazing so far from the 17. And if you recall all the way back to Evergreen, it was these 2 battling for the race win with Van Walsh and Juan Garcia. And honestly, it should be 2v2 for wins because Van Walsh had that race win until a restart costed him. So between these 2 drivers, who do you think has the advantage here in the season finale?
Definitely going with Garcia, just given the point situation. 16 car field, 1 point per position, and a 10-point lead for Garcia. It's definitely the favorite. Of course, anything can happen, but you just got to think that hey, he's just got to keep his nose clean, finish like even in the middle of the pack is perfectly fine, and he'll emerge with the title. So I'm going to say he's looking pretty good right here. But Van Walsh, of course, going to be going for broke here. Really nothing to lose there and everything to gain. So could be a good title fight
Yeah, for
here.
sure. Juan Garcia has one title on the channel, looking for his second. He's all the way in the JBL Cup Series in Season 5. Van Walsh, new to the channel, not in the Cup or Twat Series. Maybe he can prove himself here, and I think he already has, but maybe he can show these the owners a little bit more, and then he can get a ride in Season 5. And for the final time this season, it is Ethan Foley on the pole, and alongside him is Zachary Fitzwater, still looking for that first win on the channel. But he's had a good season, fifth in the point standings. And third is Sam Oskin, and fourth is the number 6 of John Andrews. The number 9 of John, of Steam Collin. I always get those 6 and 9 mixed up. And then Juan Garcia, the point leader, in 6th. And then we have Anthony Hernandez in 7th, Wyatt Walker in 8th, Zeb DePinto, and Dylan Van Walsh rounds out the top 10. And then you got Local Dorn, the 99, 13, 54, 31, and 77 as well. 40 laps on tap here at Pikes Peak International, a really wild racetrack. Who do you think will win the race and the championship here today?
The championship, I'm still saying Garcia. Race win, I'm going to go with third on the inside, which I think will be a good spot here. So I'm going to go with Stephen Collin to get it done.
Stephen Collin trying to get, I believe, win number 1 on the season, and he is. We have to see what he can do. It's been a great season for the West Series. Then it all comes down to one more. Ethan Foley, Zachary Fitzwater, and we are green flag racing for the Amsoil 150 at Pikes Peak International. Let's crown ourselves a West Series champ. An even start. Foley will lead lap number 1 off of turns 3 and 4, side by side for second. Between Oskin and Fitzwater, 3 wide in the middle of the field. And lap 1 of Foley will go to Ethan Foley. Fitzwater is going to get clear. Now going to try to chase down that 42 for the top spot.
And credit there to Fitzwater, able to hold it on the outside there. And I'm going to now try to get in behind the 42, maybe try and log some laps. But I don't think that he'll be staying behind him too long if he gets any kind of a run. And already, right up the tailpipe of that 42. We'll see how patient he's going to be.
Of course, this is a 40-lap race, one of the longer races distance-wise. Because these guys go around here in about 26 seconds, so it's going to be a while. A late dive bomb, I thought 3 wide from this number 9 of Stephen Collin, but he thought better of it. And he's going to just go side by side for that 4th position. And Fitzwater is still all over the back bumper of Foley. And with it being a 40-lap race, you have to maybe maintain yourself a little bit with it being a Tyler trap, but a great 1 and 2 for Fitzy. Look to the inside, not going to quite get there.
And no pit stops, if I'm correct, right, Nathan?
Ooh, no pit stops here in the West Series at all, and you're correct with that.
So yeah, you definitely got to manage your stuff here, because if you don't, then you're going to be plummeting right through the field. Fitzwater looking for the lead here, and I mean Nathan, you and I were talking about it a little bit with Fitzwater, trying to get a win here, but has had a solid season, 5th in points. But I mean, he's Zachary Fitzwater. He's not going to be satisfied if he doesn't have a win at some point. He's got probably 10 gajillion billion zillion wins in NR offline racing at this point. That is an accurate number, by the way. So you got to think he's going to want to add another one.
And it's still crazy to me that Fitzwater has never won on my channel. He might have won a heat race, but that's not an official win. He might have won a heat race in the Richard Hollywood Stable Shootout this past year, but that's not a official win. So I'm sure he would love to get an official win finally on the channel. One of the few that I know that he's not won yet. 21 that second lane, go one out of the gray stuff. Here comes Foley back to the inside, and all season long, here comes the 7 and 17 moving their way up towards the front.
Nathan, did you just say that he has never won on your channel?
Nope.
I'm sorry. I think my brain just imploded at that. Because oh goodness, almost dead heat there at the line. But that's just. I'm just going to go on a side tangent for just a second because that just blows my mind. Nathan, you have been doing this like as way longer than me. You got started doing this around the time that I started doing it. I didn't do it for very long, and you've been pretty much doing it ever since. So when you get right down to it, you're coming on probably 6 years of you doing this, and he's never won.
Nope. I'm about a shot.
Fitzy, get your game together, bro.
Like, he's gotten close a handful of times, but every time he's in a situation, something stops him from getting that race win. It's like a black cloud over Fitzwater, and hopefully, I really hope he gets a win here in 2024, and either here in the finale or in Twitzen Cup, because I am tired of saying that he's never won on my channel before. So Fitzy, please get a win this season. John Andrews is in third. He's going to be driving for Alex's team in front row in the Cup Series. Going to go for second here on Fitzwater. And he's going to slide up the racetrack. Van Walsh, he has nothing to lose here. And he might try to get win number 2 on the season here. 1-4 for the weight done through the Amsoil 150. And how about 3 wide? Almost for second. Oh boy.
I think it's a little early for that, Dylan. Oh goodness. All right. Backed out of that. That was a good call. Because yeah, you got to be there at the end. I know we're already a quarter of the way through this thing, but oh man, that would have been a bit early to try to pull a move like that. But yeah, he's moving up and he's doing what he needs to do. It's just gonna be a matter of where Garcia's at right now.
And unfortunately, Juan Garcia's right behind the 7. They are 4th and 5th on the racetrack. So I give Van Walsh credit. He is doing what he needs to do, but unfortunately, so is Juan Garcia. And this has been the case all season. They've been up front all year, but Juan Garcia's just had the slight edge over him this season. Andrews up to second. Van Walsh trying to take third. He might move Andrews. The team might get 2 birds in 1 stone here in 1 and 2. This racetrack is so good. First time you've seen it for this season for Amsoil West and Amsoil Alka, and it has been fantastic. Here in the finale and in the Alka race, Andrews is going to lose another spot here to Fitzwater, as now Van Walsh is going to try to chase down Foley, and we got Andrews and Fitzwater battling for third.
And even Garcia looking a little racy there, trying to get underneath my soon-to-be teammates in the JBL Cup Series, I think. Or no?
I think looking into the Subway Cup Series mixed up with John Andrews there, but here we go, Van Walsh, side by side with Ethan Foley. And will we have a lead change? Last time by it was the 42, leading all 14 laps so far, but it'll be Van Walsh up front, and unfortunately, right when that happened, Ethan Foley got a position right back, so it will still be a, I believe, this time by, it will be a, so that's going to be a bonus point, 9 points, and then Foley, but not Foley, Van Walsh is going to be first, and Garcia's in 4th, so I believe it's going to be a, give or take, 6 or 7 point lead over Van Walsh for Garcia up to this point, as we are almost halfway through the Amsoil 150.
Yeah, Garcia's going to have to fall back quite a bit. He's got to lose at least another 5-6 spots. And Van Walsh hold on to the lead for the championship to fall in his favor. But that's still a pretty tall task. He's looking pretty good. Still pretty good racing here side by side for second. And then a couple teammates right there next to each other.
Got the 9 and the 6 battling for, I believe that's the 5th position. And this is what I meant by this racetrack is a two-groove racetrack. It's inside lane, but then that second lane in the dirt stuff is capable of doing something as Fitzgerald. What are you doing? Go way wide in 3 and 4, in 1 and 2. And Fowler's gonna get back into position. And how about Garcia with a really big dive bomb on his teammate right here, 3 wide for second.
Oh, this time they're actually going to keep it 3 wide. Fitzy on the wrong end of that. Up into the gray, but gets a run. Oh, this is just going to stack them all up. Goodbye, Van Walsh.
He is gone. He's out there trying to get a Subway sandwich or something. That's not a plug for the Subway Cup Series, but it is what it is. What a
It
move.
totally was, by the way.
What a move from Juan Garcia, and this is a fantastic racetrack. I know I've said this so much this season in both races here, but I really regret not using it sooner. And now we got the top 2 in points, top 2 here at Pikes Peak.
Isn't that just the way? The top 2 are going to end up 1-2 in the race. Oh my goodness, look at the racing further back there.
3 and 4 wide.
Oh boy, as I think that's the 9 falling back, of course. Sorry I picked him.
Steam Colin. You tried picking Latimo in the JBL Cup Series this season, and unfortunately, he shot back like a walk up out of nowhere. Halfway through the Amsoil 150 to kick off Speed Weeks on the channel, and it has been a pretty solid race. Van Walsh, with all that balance from 2nd through 5th, has a 1.2 second lead over the championship leader of Juan Garcia. And then John Andrews in 3rd, and how about Barreto inside the top 5? I believe he did win at Phoenix last time out in dominating fashion, so trying to end the year with 2 victories in a row. And Patrick Smith, season 1 JBL Cup Series champion inside the top 5, and Fitzwater is falling back to the 6th spot.
And credit to the 13, the 54. I haven't talked about them up until now. And now making their way charge for the top 3. Here comes the 13, making a move right there. Also got Zeb DePinto, looks like up here in the top 10, 7th place. Another driver that we have not mentioned much of yet. Coming up here just behind Fitzwater. But they got some reeling in to do here, especially Garcia, for the race win. But it's going to take, at this point, it's going to take something pretty catastrophic for Garcia to lose this title. But gap stayed about the same there. Van Walsh looking good out front.
At this point, Van Walsh might just get his second win on the scene, and meanwhile, Garcia is going to get second. I will point this out though. We've seen some crazy things happen late in the season here for Malka. At Toledo, for the second to last race, second in points, Shane Winslow, Blue 8 engine halfway through that one. And that took Shane Winslow basically out of title contention going into New Smyrna tomorrow night. So, we've seen crazy things happen. I don't want anything to have happen, bad happen to Garcia. I want him to finish this thing out, but we've seen some real stuff happen as of late. But Van Walsh is cruising at the moment, 15 to go, and he has a 1.5 second lead.
Just keeping the nose clean, that's the best that you can do at the moment. But pulling it back up here, and even pulling away a little bit. But look at this 13, really getting a surge of speed. Right now hunting down Garcia. Who knows, maybe he may have saved his tires the best, and could maybe be in it with a shot.
Yeah, you do have a good point. He might have saved his stuff. He did a 27-1 last time by Garcia 27-1 and Van Walsh 27-1, but Barreto was slightly faster than both of them. So I mentioned of how Tyler is probably the most prominent here at Pikes Peak out of all the racetracks for ARCA, and this is why. Already about half of a second, and we've not had that much tire problems this season, so this is a lot, and it's going to be probably close to a second by the end of the race is done. And we do 1X for these ARCA Series races, so it's not too bad. So gonna be interesting what ends up happening here late. As Local Dawn's gonna go 3 wide back here for, I believe that might be the 8th position, as unfortunately Fitzgerald is starting to draw back late here in the Amsoil 150.
Fitzy, what are you doing? But yeah, everyone just kind of keeping it clean at this point. Of course, it's hard about three wide. Um, Gap has actually extended another tenth or so, so it's looking pretty darn good at the moment. Still for the 754 washed up just a little there. And the 13 still just kind of hanging out behind the 17. Maybe try not to use up his stuff too much here. He saw what happened when guys got side by side and three wide earlier.
Mhm.
Saw how much it hurt them. So maybe he's just trying to kind of play it safe, keep it clean. Although with that 7 pulling away, I think it's only going to be a matter of time before he tries to go for the move.
Which I think might be right now. But well,
Like right now.
gonna go for second. Garcia slipped up the racetrack a little bit. With 10 laps to go, we are gonna have to wait and see if what this 13 of Barello can do. Trying to end the season off with back-to-back victories at some of the bigger racetracks that we've gone to, Phoenix and Pikes Peak. Had some crazy racing in the back. I thought I saw three right behind them, but I was wrong. 10 laps to go here at Pikes Peak, and it's been a pretty solid performance. But it's been a dominating performance from Van Walsh in this number 7 machine. Reminds me of what he did at Evergreen to kick off the season until we had a late race caution and lost it to Juan Garcia. But these two might not be done for second.
Oh, Garcia's going to go for it here. As they're pulling away from fourth place right now as they continue to battle for that position. Going side by side here once again. I think they pretty much realize that it's game over for the win. So
Mm-hmm.
might as well just try and have at it for the best position possible. But Garcia is sliding up there a little bit. He's definitely, despite having this championship all but locked up, he's definitely not afraid to still dice it up a little bit.
Yeah, the way that things stand, obviously, I think Van Walsh is going to get a bonus point for leading the most laps and leading a lap, so that would be 8 points, and he will be 1 point ahead, well, one position ahead of Juan Garcia, so it would be a 7 point advantage. So as things stand, as long as Juan Garcia, I believe, finishes at least 8th or ninth mid-pack, he will have this title in the bag for Juan Garcia. But Juan Garcia, he's trying to go he's trying to get 7 top 10s in a row and have a top 10 in every single race. I know there's only 16 cars, but that's really impressive. As side by side still between Barreto and Garcia. First it was Barreto, then it was Garcia, now it's Barreto again with coming to 5.5 laps to go at Pikes Peak.
I will just say it totally just sounded like you said burrito.
I
I'm sorry.
I might have did on accident.
That's awesome. But now the battle for second starting to get a little tighter here after all that side by side. These guys were able to reel them back in. And the six fighting back after falling back a little bit. Now we're going to be looking for a top three here once again. Now Garcia's on the outside. Be careful here. Don't lose too much.
Yeah, now this could get interesting. Juan Garcia's gonna drop back to 4th right here. And then if the 50 goes past, that would be 5th, and if 54 goes past, that would be 6th. And it's 7 points, so I think he would still have a couple of points advantage. But we could get a little bit close here for the championship battle late in this one.
As long as he stays ahead of the 42, then he will be perfectly fine. If the 42 passes him, then that's getting iffy territory.
And you would think the 42 would try to stay behind the 17 since that is his teammate, but we've seen before earlier in this race Garcia made it 3 wide on that 42, so I don't know. But coming to 2 laps to go, Garcia still in championship contention, still will have it by a couple of points. Might go side by side for 3rd with DePinto and Andrews, and they will. Andrews is going to go way wide. Way wide. That might help the 17 here gain an extra bonus cushion here. Coming to the white flag for Dylan Van Walsh and the number 7 final time around at Pikes Peak.
great performance here, and going to be a great win. I think you said second win on the season. 17 going to get by the 6. I think that's pretty much going to solidify it for the championship. But yeah, a little bit of a nail biter there for a moment. It's like, oh boy, is he going to slip this thing up? But not going to happen.
Van Walsh, a incredible rookie season to the channel. Second win on the season for Darren Van Walsh. And off of turn number 4, Juan Garcia is going to be a 2-time champion on the channel. He will win the Season 1 Amsoil West Series championship.
Awesome stuff, and a great race. Very clean race, some hard racing, but some tire management getting involved. That was a fun one there, and congrats to both Van Walsh, going to be runner up on the season, as you said in his debut on the channel, but then Juan Garcia, uh, pretty long time veteran of these offline leagues, and going to be emerging with another title. And big congrats there to team number 17 and a well deserved championship.
Yeah, without doubt, Juan Garcia, one of the best drivers on the channel. I believe he's up there with a 3-way tie for the wins on the channel, based off of him getting 3 wins in the West Series. So, gonna be interesting of what he can do in Trucks and Cup if he can break that 3-way tie. But Van Walsh, an incredible season in the number 7. And unfortunately, it was a little bit of a nail biter, but Van Walsh is not, he's gonna come a little bit close. Garcia got 5th, Van Walsh 1st, and then a bonus for leading lap and the most laps. I think is going to be about 4 points difference, so it's going to be Garcia. But what a race, a caution-free one. But once again, I can safely say that both races here at Pikes Peak were pretty solid. This one was not a last lap pass, but it did have some late race nervousness for the title with Juan Garcia dropping back late, but Barreto in second. Great one to end the season for him. First and second in the last 2 races. Zeb DePinto in third. Patrick Smith in fifth. In fourth, Juan Garcia in fifth. Foley, Andrews, Dorn, Kindorn. Unfortunately, Fitzgerald dropped back all the way to 10th. And then John Stewart, Michael Knapp, Steve Collin, Sam Oskin, Anthony Hernandez, and White Walker, who we didn't really see much of here today, unfortunately. They were 7 seconds behind the leader, and they will finish 15th and 16th. But a pretty good one here to end the season for these guys for the West Series. And what's the final thoughts as you were in the booth for 3 out of the 7?
Well, hard racing and some short tracks, but some bigger tracks, of course, like this one. But short races, which I think that these are always really fun. You get a little more rapid fire action in these shorter races, but of course, strategy not really coming into it. So, but still, I really enjoyed these shorter races and the series, and Nathan, of course, I'm always glad to commentate these with you. Again, sorry that we kept bumping it back as we did, but we made it happen. I'm glad we were able to, and I've really had a blast. So I'm hoping I can continue to call some with you.
Yeah, without a doubt, it's going to be interesting what happens in Season 5 of Cup and Trucks. And it is official. I was right. It was a little bit close if Van Walsh won and then if Garcia finished, say, 9th or 10th, then it would have been close. But by 4 points, it will be Juan Garcia as the champion. And then Dylan Van Walsh in second and Patrick Smith in third. Barreto gained 4 positions in points with getting second, so he's going to get 4th. And Zachary Fitzgerald in 5th. Seb DePinto in 6th. White Walker in 7th. John Stewart in 8th. Tim Collin in 9th. And Mike Knapp rounds out the top 10 in points. And I can say that everyone did get at least 2 top 10s this season. So even though it was a little bit a 2-way fight for the title, it was competitive enough for everyone to at least get 2 top 10s. So you love to see that there, and a fantastic season here for the West Series. Gonna have to see if this comes back. I know the main arc will, but I don't know about East and West quite yet. Gonna have to wait and see, but if it does, then Juan Garcia will get a Season 2 reserve, and Juan Garcia is quickly becoming one of the more legendary riders on the channel. 2 championships, tied for the most wins with 9, and I have to see what he does here in Season 5 of Cup and Trucks. And what a way to kick off NS 97 Speedweeks. Of course, tomorrow night will be the Amsoil 200 for the E-Series finale at noon tomorrow, and then, of course, Wednesday night will be the finale for the main arc of the series, where the title has already been clinched. So, 2 titles have been crowned, and we still have one more tomorrow night at noon tomorrow for the E-Series. Thanks for joining me up here in the booth, as always, with Andy Miller. And good luck in season number 5 of JBL Cup, and until tomorrow for next month, congratulations to Dylan Van Walsh on the win, and congratulations to Juan Garcia on his second title on the channel and winning Season 1 of the Amsoil West Series. Bye!